Hello everyone, welcome to challenge number 40. This time around I am using Blender over Cinema 4D, but it shouldn't be a problem if we are using Max, Maya or Cinema 4D, as everything I do is quite relatable in those applications. So let's get into it by deleting everything. I will add in a cylinder, Shift A, and I will add in that cylinder. Let me move the pure F to the right side and open up the options of the cylinder. The first thing I am going to do is lower down the segments to something like 10. Why not 6? Or why not 8? Well, those numbers are a bit too low to hold up the curvature of the details that we need. So for that reason, I will set this to 10. The other reason is if I go to the top view, we can see that if I set this to 10, I have those straight edges that are aligned with the direction of the rounding. What this is going to do is it is going to give us really precise roundings all over the shape. Now let me make the final adjustment. I will set the depth to 4. That's it. Now we can move these back over here. Also let me enable the move gizmo so that you can see what I am doing exactly. We need basically 3 cylinders because we basically need 3 cylindrical sides, top, right, and that middle part. So I will hit Shift and D to duplicate the cylinder. I will right click to release the cylinder. Then I will move it up. And now let me snap to the right view or front view. I'm not sure. I believe this is the front one. It is not that important. I just want to rotate this 90 degrees. So I will tap R, then type in 90 and move it somewhere around here. We are going to adjust the position them later on. Now let me duplicate this for the last time, Shift and D, right click, then move it somewhere around here and rotate it 45 degrees. Sorry, minus 45. Once I have done that, I will set the transform orientation to local so that the axis or the gizmo is aligned with the orientation of the cylinder. These two are looking perfect as we match them perfectly. If you look at those crossing sections, we just need to play around with the third one. So let's move that up and it is pretty much perfect. I just don't like that sticking out part, so we can select the first one and move it along the z-axis. Now we need to combine or merge those objects. So let's go one by one. Let me turn this off and combine these first. I will select this one, go to the modifiers and type in Boolean and add this one in. I will simply pick up that cylinder. I want to merge them, so I should select the union. I want to look at the inside of the Boolean because there shouldn't be anything. This is really important. The reason why we are seeing is that because that cylinder is visible, so I will turn off the visibility and here we go. Now we can enable the third cylinder, the diagonal cylinder, and we can add in another Boolean. By the way, this one is selected, not the third cylinder. Select this one and add in another Boolean. That should be the last one and simply pick up that cylinder. I will hide it as well. We need to change the type of the Boolean to union. Once I have got that done, I can start to merge these so that I can start to clean up the mesh. I will apply those deformers, then I will go into points mode. I will select those points simply, then I will tap M on the keyboard. By the way, I want this point to be the last point so that I can merge these points at the last selected point. So I will tap M on the keyboard and I will click on at last. Now let's work on that section, that part. I will select them all. I want this to be the last point, so I will select it again, then I will tap M and click on at last. One more time, M at last. I also want to connect these points. I will tap G on the keyboard and I will move on to the other side. Let's real quick select those ones. M at last. Perfect. I think we can dissolve out those edges. I will hit Ctrl X, and the next thing I'm going to do is go into polygon mode and start to delete the polygons that we don't need, like those ones. I will hold down Shift and select the polygons that we don't need, those ones, and simply hit X and click on Faces. After that point, it is going to be quite easy. We just need to select those edges, tap E, which is the extrude tool. I will lock the axis. Once I have done that, I want to scale those edges to 0 to flatten them out. Before doing this, we should note that we are still in the local transform orientation, which means that the gizmo is relative to the object, not to the world. So we should scale those edges along the y-axis. So let's do that. S, Y, and 0. Then to snap those edges to that point, I will start the move. Then I will tap B, click on that point, and snap that point to that point. To merge them all, I will go into points mode, Control A, M, and click on by distance, which is supposed to merge those points, but it didn't happen. So let me do it one more time. I believe I need to increase up the threshold, something like 0.01. Let's check it one more time. Yeah. Also, I don't think we need those ones. I will just dissolve them out. In addition to that, let me turn off the floor. Okay, now it is going to be quite easy. I will tap F to bridge those edges. Now we need a loop at the center, so I will hit Control R, then bridge these edges by pressing F on the keyboard. Okay, now it is time to work on the last detail, which is that round part at that corner. So I will select those edges, Control B, bevel these out with 0 subdivision. This is the important part of the process of creating that really nice and precise rounding. Then I'm going to select the cut tool. I will start from that point and go all the way around. Once I have done that, I will drop in some loops, but I cannot do that. The reason is this is an n-gun, so why don't we turn that n-gun into quad or quads? I will connect those points, and now I should be able to add in loop cuts. I will add in 2 loops on each side, and then I will make sure that these are about the same in length. This is the thing that will make that part quite precise. So let me select those ones and move them up. Okay, those are looking quite even. Now let's select the polygon. I will set this to normal. Move it somewhere around here. I will make an inset and extrusion. Now it is time to drop this one into a subdivision surface. So let's come over here and type in subdivision surface and add this one in. I will set this to 2. I will right click on the object and click on shade smooth. Now what we need to do is bevel the edges that we want to sharpen up. Let's turn this off, go into edge mode. I will hold down Alt and Shift and click on those edges. I will do the same thing again, and I will simply bevel them out. I will increase up the subdivision to 1. I will apply the tool or the operation. Then in the options of the bevel operation, I will set the profile shape to 1 so that we can maintain the original shape. Let's go into object mode, enable the subdivision surface. And here we go. That's it. The aim of this challenge, or most of the challenges, is to create really precise and accurate semicircular shapes. I believe we successfully accomplished that task. These are looking quite even, accurate, and precise. I mean, they cannot be as precise as CAD models, but those are looking quite fine to me. If you want to know more about those kind of precise and accurate circular and semicircular shapes, we can check out the other challenges. As I said in the beginning, this is challenge number 40, so there are many other tricky and challenging shapes that you can work on. Also, you can find the solutions of those challenges on the YouTube membership and on the Patreon. Finally, let's put on a material like this one. Okay, looks great. This is going to be it from this tutorial. Hope you enjoyed and learned something new, and I will see you in the next ones. Bye.